We are gathered here to fill you with fear and give you a treat for your ears as we invade your mind with our scary rhymes and some tales that can be gory. As you bear witness and sit here and listen to our poetic horror stories. It was reported back in 1993. A family by the name of the Richardsons were found dead in their home. They were found after Thanksgiving Day. They were massacred, the town folks say.
What a horrible thing to happen to a family. Who could have foreseen this? Such a terribly tragic incident.
The Richardson maid was the one who found them all in their gruesome state of being. She reported that the scene was horrifying and chilling. She was also reported to say, "Who would kill the Richardson family in this horrible way? When I left their home Thanksgiving Eve, they were all okay." She said they all seemed happy and in a festive mood. But for them to end up like this, she was at a loss for words. I wonder what's the reason why, and who. This is where I come in. My name is Susie, but everyone calls me Sue. I'm a detective just like Nancy Drew. She is my favorite fictional character. I always knew I would grow up to be a sleuth. Because like Nancy Drew, when I'm on the case, nothing will get in my way when I investigate. I will discover all the clues, and in the end, I will piece it together for the truth. And this was the perfect mystery for me to solve. It has been 20 years now, and the police here in this town still have not figured it all out. The authorities have never solved this crime. They still don't know who and why. But I've been intrigued for many years about this mystery. The Richardson family were filthy rich. They were a family of 6. In the family there was Paul and Vivian Richardson, his wife, Randy and Sandy, the twins, Maggie, the baby, Paul's mother, Lily, and father, Dick Richardson. A whole family was wiped out in one night, completely. And I know this sounds bad, but I'm totally obsessed with this family's tragedy. It seems gritty and very messy. From the police reports, they thought it was a mafia hit. From the crime scene photos, whoever did this was sick. I believe the family was hiding a deep, dark secret. So dark, someone was willing to kill to keep it. This is just a friendly reminder to please like and comment to let us know how we are doing so far. We would love to hear from you all. And if you're new, please subscribe and become a part of the PHS crew. And we thank you. To explain the crime scene when the police walked through the door, it was a bloody mess. The bodies were mangled. The police reported they were slipping on body parts, guts, and other gore that was covering the whole floor. The Richardson family didn't even make it to the dining room table. The food wasn't touched at all. The police report noted the dining room table was decorated and set for them to eat. They had so much food on the table, it sounded like a real feast. They had mashed potatoes, dressing, mac and cheese, green beans, cranberry sauce, dinner rolls, and peas. Then there was a really big turkey in the center, along with a roasted chicken and ham. There were pies and cakes, just a complete spread. So, The food made it to the table, but they didn't even get to take a bite before they ended up dead. I thought, what the hell? That is really sad. And this is why I need to find out what happened. I need to investigate the Richardson home, to investigate the mystery and what went wrong. I decided to visit their home late one night, to see if I could find evidence from long ago, to shed some light. Something I could use to solve this case, to give the Richardsons peace, and their souls could rest. I started my investigation by climbing into a broken window, out of view on the side of the house. When I made it in, I took out my flashlight to walk around. The house smelled sour, musty, and like copper. It was in complete disarray. You can tell after all these years that nothing had really changed. I immediately noticed old dark red stains on the carpets and wood floors. There were also red stains on the doors. I saw this in every room I went through, except for the dining room. It was pristine. It was the only room that had no stains. It was clean. And I meant it was clean. No dust, no cobwebs. I could tell someone had been here recently. And that's when I heard something move around. The noise was coming from the basement. It sounded like a guttural growl. I thought to myself, what would Nancy Drew do? She would investigate the basement, even though I don't really want to. But I worked up my nerves to go down, to have a look around. And I was shocked by what I found. Someone or something was living in the basement, in the bowels of the home. They were living there for a very long time. I noticed as I explored. There were small animal bones all over the concrete floor. I could mostly see half-eaten rat corpses. It was completely gross. And the smell was the worst here. I did my best to hold my breath, not pass out, not to retch. Suddenly, I saw a big dark shadow moving towards me. Then I heard running and the slapping of feet on the concrete. I was tackled and knocked onto the ground. My head hit the floor. I was knocked out. When I recovered, all I could hear was a ringing sound. My vision was blurry, but I could see a dark shape standing over me. It sounded like it was struggling to breathe. It was wheezing, grunting, and grinding its teeth. When my vision returned, I wish I still couldn't see. Because what stood over me didn't look human. It looked like a hybrid, half human, half beast. It looked like it weighed about 450 pounds and it stood upright at 7 feet. It came close and sniffed me. Then it started to lick me. I was completely repulsed and started to dry heave. I couldn't escape. I thought this was the end of me. But suddenly the beast retreated. I don't think he liked what he tasted. Thank God for little favors. Then it spoke.
Why are you here? Why are you lurking through my home? Did you come here alone?
I was so shook up. I was too afraid to speak. Then it roared out,
Answer me!
Loudly. I stuttered. Yes, I'm here alone. But I don't mean you any harm. I was just curious about the murders of the Richardson family, and I came to find clues and investigate their home. It stood there over me without saying a word. But it looked upset, bewildered, and perturbed. Then suddenly, he started to repeat.
No, 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 no.
as it beat on his head. He grabbed me by my neck and looked me in the eyes as he yelled out in my face,
"The Richardson family are no more!"
I struggled to break his grip, to break free. It had a good grip on me. But suddenly, it released me. We both fell to the floor, and he started to cry. I was just happy I was still alive. Then it said,
"I killed the Richardson family all those years ago. I just couldn't take it anymore."
I sat there and I listened to its every word. Really, because I didn't have a choice. It said in a low, depressing voice,
"I knew the Richardson family well. They made my life a living hell. They kept me in prison here for many years. A beast of burden, always in fear."
as he wiped away his tears.
"I suffered and rotted away down here alone in the dark, while they lived happy, normal lives above. But I knew they were all monsters at heart."
I finally spoke up and asked, "Why did they do this to you?" Still trying to piece together clues of the what, why, when, and how, as he told me his deep, dark secret of the Richardson family.